वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। संसारसागरनिमग्नजनोद्धीर्षुः यो वातरच्छिवनृसिंहगुरुच्छलेन जाढ्यान्धकारहरणं करुणासमुद्रं दक्षिणास्य मनिशं हृदि भावयामि। तदात्मजाननिरतं विषयेभ्यः पराङ्मुखम् नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातं चन्द्रशेखरभारतीम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरम्
सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं
सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं
तमगोचरम्
तमगोचरम्
गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्।
गोविन्दं
गोविन्दं
परमानन्दं गुरुं
परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं
प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्।
प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्।
अधिकारिणमाशास्ते फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः
अधिकारिणमाशास्ते
फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः
फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः
उपायादेशकालाद्या सन्त्यस्यां सहकारिणः
उपायादेशकालाद्या
उपादेशकालाद्या
सन्त्यस्यां
सन्त्यस्यां
अतो विचार कर्तव्यो जिज्ञासोरात्मवस्तु नः
अतो
विचारः
विचारः
कर्तव्यः
कर्तव्य जिज्ञासोरात्मवस्तुनः
समासाद्यतया सिन्धुं गुरुं ब्रह्मविदुत्तमम्
समासाद्यतया
सिन्धुं
सिन्धुं गुरुं ब्रह्मविदुत्तमम्
मोक्षः नाम फलसिद्धिः अधिकारिणम् आशास्ते देशः कालः इत्याद्याः उपायाः सहकारिणः भवन्ति किन्तु विशेषतः फलसिद्धिः अधिकारिणम् आशास्ते अतः योग्यपुरुषः अधिकारी कः अधिकारी इति अग्रे आचार्येण विस्तारेण उक्तमस्ति साधनचतुष्टय सम्पन्नः अधिकारी इति अतः अधिकारी पुरुषः शिष्यः विद्यार्थी विचारः कर्तव्यः विद्यार्थिना अधिकारिणा जिज्ञासोः अधिकारी अत्र जिज्ञासुः यः पूर्वं मुमुक्षुः आसीत् सः अद्य इदानीं जिज्ञासुः यः पूर्वं मोक्षम् इच्छति संसारात् संसार विमुक्तिः इच्छति सः मोक्षस्य साधनं ज्ञानम् इति सम्यक् ज्ञात्वा इदानीं जिज्ञासुः भवति सः अधिकारी जिज्ञासुः अतः जिज्ञासोः कः कर्तव्यः इति पृच्छेत् आत्मविचारः कर्तव्यः आत्मवस्तुनः विचारः कर्तव्यः अतः अतः therefore स्वयं कर्तुं न अर्हति स्वयं कर्तुं न शक्यते स्वयं एव न करणीयः अपि शास्त्रविचारः शास्त्रज्ञोऽपि स्वातन्त्र्येण ब्रह्मान्वेषणं न कुर्यात् अतः गुरुं समासाद्य गुरोः समीपं गत्वा समित्पाणिः ब्रह्मनिष्ठं गुरुं गत्वा तद्वित्ति प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया तथा गीतायाम् अर्जुनं प्रति भगवता उपदिष्टः तदनुसारं गुरुसमीपं समासाद्य सम्यक् आचार्य गत्वा कीदृशः गुरुः सः दयासिन्धुः ब्रह्मवित् उत्तमः गुरुः गत्वा इत्युक्ते श्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं सः गुरुः श्रोत्रियः ब्रह्मनिष्ठः तं गत्वा समासाद्य समीपे गत्वा उपदेशयाचन करणीयं शिष्येण मां ब्रह्मोपदेशं ददातु इति Tena guruna brahmodesham prapya ityukte shravanam कृत्वा अनन्तरं मननं निधिध्यासनं निष्ठा इति क्रमेण साधनानि अनुसृत्य मोक्षः लभ्यते तदेव क्रमः उक्तः अस्ति. We have seen this shloka, the meaning of this shloka. It's all in order. Each shloka follows the sequence. Ataha is important. Ataha because having why ataha, yataha ataha, yataha yasmat, yataha vicharena eva jnana siddhihi, natu anyaihi sadhanehi. All the other sadhanas are meant for preparing the mind, preparing the person, preparing the student to become a Yogya Purusha Adhikari. Having discipline, having prepared oneself through Karma Yoga, Upasana, and gained the Adhikaritvam. Adhikaritvam is going to be talked about in detail. So, Ataha, therefore, Vicharaha Kartavyaha. Kartavya, Tavya Pratyaya. Tavya Pratyaya is a Kritya Pratyaya. It's a Krit Pratyaya. Under Krit, there is something called Kritya. Under Kritya, we have Yat, Nyat, Kyap, Tavya, Aniyar, etc. Those pratyas are used in the sense of link. Ajna, Prarthana, they should be done in that meaning. Like Ling Lakara, what we are seeing in our Sanskritam class, same meaning is used. Tavyaha should be done. Vicharaha, enquiry should be done, must be done. By whom? Jignasoho, for a person who has who is desirous of knowing, who is desirous of gaining knowledge, he should do the vichara. By him, vichara should be done. Vicharaha kartavyaha. What is the subject matter of the inquiry? Atma vastunaha. Atma vastu. Atma eva vastu. Vastu, generally vastu means object. Any object can be called vastu. There are so many vastus. Any object, any padartha. Any padartha. We say in the Dvau padarthos taha loke. There are only two. That's the beauty of our darshanam. They say our darshan, our sampradaya, darshanam, they say there are only two things in the world. Dvau padarthau staha loke. Only two padarthas. Padartha word which cannot be translated into English. Intranslatable it is. Padartha is padartha only. Padasya arthaha padartha. Padam means word. Padasya arthaha, what is denoted by the padam. We can translate as object. There are only two things in the world. Subject and object. Nothing else. Drik and Drishya. Drik, the seer. Drishya, that which is seen. Only seer and seen. There is nothing else in the world. I am the seer. With regard to me, everything is seen, including you. With regard to you, you are the seer, and everything is seen, including me, including the other person, body, mind, sense, everything. Everything is seen. Everything is available for objectification. But what about I? I is not available for objectification, objectifying and knowing. I is as it is. I cannot be objectified. You cannot know I as a Vishaya of the Antakarna. I can know a flower as a Vishaya. A flower is rose flower, which is red and which is fragrant, and a special flower, the stem, petals, everything I can see and I can objectify, I can see with my eyes and available for my mind, I can objectify and know it. What about when you say rose flower, there is rose vritti taught in my mind. When you say there is hibiscus thought in my mind. When you say a peacock, there is corresponding peacock vritti, peacock consciousness in my mind. When you say gata, there is pot, gata meaning pot, pot consciousness in my mind, pot consciousness. There is pot consciousness, there is peacock consciousness, there is mat consciousness, there is cloth consciousness. But when you say consciousness alone, Atma, then what thought? But consciousness, you cannot objectify consciousness. You cannot objectify Atma, which is you. That is why Drik. It is alupta Drik. That is never wings, unobjectifiable. That is ever the subject, which do not have an object, which cannot be objectified. So therefore, these are the two padarthas in the world. All padarthas we can refer to by the word vastu. Everything is vastu. Brahma, Atma, Isa, that is also called vastu. So the word vastu, it is used in the sense to refer to Atma, to refer to Jagat Karanam Brahma. It is also referred to the vastu. So many vastus are there. Pustakam vastu. Any jiva, jantu, that is a vastu. So therefore, the context we have to say. We have to see and then know the meaning. Atma vastu here. Atma eva vastu. Vasati sarvasmin iti vastu. Vastu is from the vasdhatu. Vasati lives, dwells. That which dwells in all the things, all the beings, living beings or non-living beings. That which is, that existence, the sat, asti, sarvasmin, that is called vastu. So therefore Atma is vastu. That meaning the vastu, the word taken. Therefore Atma iti vastu, Atma vastu, vastu being napumsakalinga, therefore Atma vastu naha, like Madhu Shabda, Madhu naha, Shashti Bhakti, Ekavachanam. Vastu Shabda, Atma vastu naha, Shashti Bhakti Ekavachanam, Atma vastu naha vicharaha kartavya. Vichara, inquiry should be done. What is the subject matter of inquiry? Is it physics, chemistry, astrophysics, nuclear physics, or it is AI? What is the subject matter of inquiry? Subject matter of inquiry is Atma, oneself, Atma Vastu, oneself, myself. I am the subject matter of inquiry. If I am the subject matter of inquiry, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it by myself? Because I am involved in that you can't do it. You cannot arrive at the knowledge of yourself by yourself. Arriving at the knowledge of yourself by yourself is lifting yourself by yourself. How can you lift yourself by yourself? You can lift the other person. You can lift your friend, you can lift your wife if she is lean, not bulky. You can lift anything else in the world. How will you lift yourself? Not possible. Similarly, how will you know yourself, self by yourself? Ultimately, you are going to know yourself by yourself. But for that, there is sadhanam, the means is required, which is the Shastra. That is why Shastrajñopi Brahmanvesham Swatantriya na kuryat, the caution is given by Bhashikara. Even though a person is well versed in Shastram, inquiry into oneself should not be done because Shastra Vichara is Atma Vichara. Without the Shastra Vichara, there is no Atma Vichara. Self-inquiry is not possible. What is self-inquiry without Shastram? Who am I? Can just do japa of who am I. You will not arrive at who am I. It remains who am I. So you should know what Atma is and then what Atma is, Vichara is an inquiry is done with the help of Shastram and then meditation, meditating on that. And living also, that everything is centered on you then. Then Nidhyasam Nishta in that jnana, gets established, assimilating that knowledge that I am My Swarupa, what are the Swarupas is all going to be talked about. Agam Satya Chitta Ananda Swarupa, that is what I am, pervading, all pervading. I am the cause of this entire Jagat. The entire cause of the Jagat is Ishvara in the beginning. And Ishvara is there, Jagat is there, I am is there. Then I am that Ishvara, who is the cause of this Jagat. Therefore, this Ishvara and me, there is no difference. This knowledge, how will you gain without Shastram? Okay, self-inquiry, even if you do, and come to know that Aham Atma, then your samsara will not go. You will still continue to be a samsari only. Because I am there, this Jagat is there, and Jagat Karta, Ishvara is there. Again, the Veda, Tripati Veda is there. Samsara will not go unless Advaita Jnanam happens. That Jnanam alone swallows this samsara. Dvaitadhi Bhayam Bhavati. When there is second thing, there is fear. Samsara is nothing but the fear of second thing. The fear of second, therefore Ishvara is there, Jagat is there. The second thing is there. Jagat means everything in the Jagat, the entire Jagat. And the creator of this Jagat, Ishvara. And I am. Even if I have the knowledge, suppose I have knowledge of myself, I am Atma, Chaitanyam. So what? Does it make me free from this entrapment? No, it doesn't make. Then what is the relationship between me and Ishvara? And what is the relationship between Ishvara and Jagat? The knowledge of them and the knowledge of all the three, and finally understanding that Ishvara, who is the cause of this Jagat, that Ishvara is myself. Therefore, I am Ishvara, not subject to birth, not subject to death, not subject to even any sort of dukkam or sukham. I am above all. That knowledge is the only knowledge gaining which the person feels at home. That is what mukti, that is what liberation is. Liberation is not just flying into sky and then disappearing. That is not liberation. There's nothing like it's all fantasizing, spiritual romanticism. That it doesn't happen like that. So no one it has happened so far like that. So therefore, vichara is important. Vichara of what? Vichara of Atma, the truth, the reality. The Atma is this which is Sat. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Swarupaha, Atma, Tat, Atma, Brahma, iti. The vicharaha kartavyaha by Jignasu. By saying Jignasu, the Jignasu now is a matured person. He has understood the problem of Ajnanam, which is due to one's own self-judgment, wrong judgment. He has done all these years, he has been judging himself, and the judgment is wrong, self-judgment, self-conclusion. For that person, Vedanta teaching will appear meaningful. Who is ready to acknowledge a mistake and correct it. So that person is a mature student. That person, in fact, is a student, is a yogi adhikari. Who objects, who is happy with his own self-judgment, conclusion, wrong conclusion, he is not an adhikari. In fact, he will not go and ask for knowledge also. He is quite being happy in the world, in the samsara, not playing different roles. He just, the role playing is possible. Different role playing involves understanding. An understanding person only can play different roles, but he will be will be role, all the roles he will be playing wrongly, wrong performance of the entire drama. So even to be a saint, this knowledge is required. That's why they say the sannyasis are the real saint person. Sannyasi means, the knowledgeable person can be the only sane person in the world. All other people are like the toys which are given the key, they run here and there, going here and there. For nothing, they For why they run here and there, for what purpose, without any meaning, meaningless. And the moment they turn back, they would have turned 60 years, 60, then 70. Life goes away. Therefore, intelligent student, a person, he shows his back to the world and gives up everything and wants to make his life, this Janma, Manusha Janma, meaningful. That person, a matured person, Pariksha Lokan, Karmachitan, Brahmanaha, Nirvedam Ayat, with tremendous Vairagya, that person, Jignasuhu, therefore, Atmavastunaha Vicharaha Kartavyaha iti, for him, the Upadesha is given, and also, since cannot be done, should not be done independently, therefore, Gurum Samasadhya. Gurum Samasadhya, Guroho Samipam Agatva, Agatya Kim Karaniyam, Prashtavyam. He has to come and then ask. Tadviti Pranipatena Pariprashnena, Gita Bhagavan says, Pariprashnaha. That is why in all the Upanishads, if you see that Upanishad teaching in the form of a Guru Shishya Sambhada, where the Shishya asks the teacher. Asking is important. You have to go and ask. Here also, how to ask, that also Shankaracharya is going to give some practical, some tips, what questions to be asked when approaching the teacher. Ko nama bandha iti is going to say, later it comes. Keneshitam padati pareshitam manaha, kena prana prataf praitiyuktaha. That is the question, though the Shishya's name is not mentioned in Kena Upanishad. But this is a question asked by the student to the teacher. Kasminna bhagava vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati. Question asked by Shaunaka to Angiras in the Mundaka Upanishad. Astityeke nayam astiti cheke. Nachiketa asked Yamdharmaraja. All as the same, all as the same thing, but the questions are different. All wants to know the Atma Tattva. So therefore, Samasadhya approaching, whom that approaching question should be asked. You have to inquiry. You have to ask, then Upadesha starts, then inquiry starts. Now the qualification of the Guru is mentioned. Tidrishaka Guru, Guruhu, he is a Dayasindhu, he is a Brahmavit, and he is Uttamam. Uttamam Brahmavit. So he is Dayasindhu, Daya Iva, Daya, Sindhu Iva Daya. So Daya is compassion, Sindhu is an ocean of compassion. Daya Sindhu, Kripaluhu, Ityartaha. And Guru, who is a Guru? Granati Upadishati iti Guru. Upadishati. The one who teaches Atma Tattvam is a Guru. In fact, from whom you receive knowledge. Any knowledge is a Guru. That is why we have so many Gurus now. Management Guru, Physics Guru, Chemistry Guru, History Guru, all Gurus. They are also Guru only. But they don't remove the Ajnanam. Ajnanam is like a cataract. They don't remove that. Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. That is the Guru. Really one who removes the cataract, that Ajnana cataract. That person is a real Guru. The word is only for that person who gives Brahma Vidya, who teaches Brahma Vidya. So therefore, Guru, Brahma Vidya. So therefore, Palasiddhi Visheshatha Adhikarinam Ashaste. So therefore, to get the best teacher and the Shastram, all requires punyam. First, the student has to be prepared. You must be a sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha. Then approaching the Guru who is Shotriya and Brahmanishta. So being Shotriya, therefore he will teach with the Shastram, not his own discoveries. Then Palasiddhi. All these are in place, Palasiddhi. The Deshakala, they are all secondary. So therefore there is a lot of grace involved in that. It is not that much easy. Bhagavan's Anugraha is required. Guru Anugraha, Guru Kripa is required. Even the Kripa of oneself is required, Atma Kripa. Then Shastra Kripa, Shastram Kripa also is required. All these Kripa, the blessings required. Then Adhikari will get the right Guru and pursue this knowledge. So this shloka, which we have seen the meaning, now we'll see the Vyakhyanam. Ataha Sarva Anartha Nivartaka Nirnaya Hetutvat Jignasoho Atmanam Samyak Jnatamichoho Purushasya Atmavastuna Vicharaha Kartavyaha. Therefore, Sarva Anartha Nivartaka Nirnaya Hetutvat. Anartaka, that which doesn't serve any purpose, useless. So Nivartaka, removal. And Nirnaya, conclusion. So what you want and what you don't want, that must be very clear. That's what Atma, Anatma, Viveka. So that's why Jignasu is a Viveki. Viveki is implied when we say. So Sarva Anartha is Samsara, is Anartha. And Nivartaka, Nivar of that is Jnanam only. So having concluded that Jnanam alone will remove this Sarva Anartha, the Samsara. The Jnanam alone is the Hetu, is the cause for the removal, the removal of the Samsara disease. Jnanam alone is the remedy for this malady. Tvat, Hetutvat, Jignasoho, for a Jignasu, Atmanam Samyak Jnatum Ichoho. Jignasu means Jnatum Ichuhu, the one who is desirous of knowing. It's called Jignasu. Ukaranta Shabda it is. Like Guru. Guroho, Jignasoho. That's why Ichoho. Samyak Jnatum Ichoho. Samyak, clear. Clear knowledge. The desirous of knowing clearly the Atma. Atmanam Samyak Jnanam Jnatum Ichoho Kaha Purushaha. Tasya Purushasya. Kaha Kartavyaha Atmavastunaha Vicharaha Kartavyaha. You can note here. Kartavyaha Vicharaha is Vipurvaka Chardatu. Then Gai Pratyaya is Kridanta. Atmavastunaha is Shashti Bhakti. The Vichara for which the subject matter is Atmavastu. Therefore it is Karmani Shashti. Kartar Karmanoho Kriti. So Atmavastunaha Vicharaha. Vichara of the Atmavastu. Atmavastu is the subject matter of the Vichara. Karmani Shashti. Vicharaha Kartavya should be done. Kartavyaha Karaniyaha Karyaha Ityartha. Tatra with regard to that. Iti Kartavyatam Aha. Iti Kartavyatam, they should be done. So should be done. Iti Kartavyatam Aha. What should be done if we ask Iti Kartavyatam Aha? This is how it should be done. What? Daya Sindhum Swayam Kartartatvena Swasya Prayojana Abhavaha Siddhaha Yeva. Siddhya Yeva. Itare api ma dukkam anubhuvan iti karunayaha samudram adaram ityartaha jalarashihi iva jalanam. So this Adhikari Purusha, it's a Jignasu. When we say Jignasu, the matured person, is a lover of knowledge, Therefore, yes, he loves, lover of knowledge, therefore his love for the teacher also. Because teacher is one who gives the knowledge. Therefore, he has got love, bhakti. Therefore, he must be having Shraddha and Bhakti with regard to the teacher, with regard to the Shastra and the Parampara. Yasya deve parabhaktihi yatha deve tatha gurau. Tasyaite kadita hartaha prakashante mahatmanaha. Vetashvatara Upanishad says, and even in Guru Gita also this shloka occurs. As a person has bhakti for the Lord, so too he must have the bhakti for the teacher. When that much Shraddha and Bhakti is there, then when teacher teaches, the Artha Spuranam happens for the Shishya. But the teacher is the Lord. Tatvi Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Yo Guru Sa Shiva Proktaha, Yas Shiva Sa Guru Smrutaha. Vikalpam Yastu Kurvita Sanaro, Guru Talpakaha iti. One should not make distinction between Shiva and Guru. The one, Yaha Shivaha Saha Guruhu, Yaha Guruhu Saha Shivaha. So, Vikalpam na Kurvita. Don't do any Vikalpa in the. Don't see any difference. So, therefore, all the Bhagavad Gita advises. And Durlabam Trishu Lokeshu. In the three words to get a Guru is, a Stotriya Brahmanishta is rare, and Daya Sindhu is rare. Dayananda is rare. Therefore, Guru Brahma Vina, Nanyas Satyam Satyam Bharanane. So, therefore, such Guru is rare. Therefore, Iti Kartagyata, it is important. What should be done when you get such a Guru? And and Guru is described here. Daya Sindhu. He approaches a teacher, and the teacher is Daya Sindhu. He is an ocean of compassion. And Swayam Kritartaha Saha. He has already achieved what is to be achieved in life. It means he is Muktaha, Jivan Muktaha. He has knowledge and therefore he is free. So he is free, then he can lead a retired life. Why should he teach? There's nothing, no benefits. Nothing is going to gain out of teaching someone. Why should he teach? Why should the teacher stress himself? If at all that the person does, it is Swasya Priyojana Habhavaha Siddhyapi is already Kritakrityaha. Because of being Kritakrityaha, Kritartatmena means Kritaha, Artaha, Kritaha, Praptaha, Labdaha, Purushartaha, Moksha Purushartaha, Yena. That is the final Purushartha, Parama Purushartha, Moksha is gained by one, by him. Swasya for himself, Priyojana Abhavaha Siddhyapi. There is no Priyojanam, there is no utility, there is no purpose. What is he going to gain by teaching? But still he does. Itare api, like me, how I have discovered myself and got freedom from this dukkha samsara. So to itare api, other people also, ma dukkham anubhuvan. Let other people also not suffer, not experience dukkham. Ma anubhuvan, mangi lung. Ma is there anubhuvan. Anubhuvan is lung lakara, pratama purusha, bhagavachanam. Anu plus abhuvan must be. A is mangi lung, by that akara lopa bhavati. Otherwise, ana bhuvan the form would be. It is anubhuvan, mangi lung. Anubhuvan plus iti, nimuttagama sandhi. Anubhuvan iti, karunayaha samudram, that is daya sindhu. Ocean of compassion. He is the adara. He is the adaram ityartaha. Karunayaha adaraha. O samudram adaram. Jalarashihi iva. Jalarashihi iva jalanam. He is a reservoir of water. That is Karna Sindhu. ocean of compassion. Jalarashi iva jalanam. Reservoir of, like a reservoir of, just got huge collection of water. Similarly, is Yadara is the like the reservoir of what? Karuna, compassion. Saha Guru. And then Acharya says, explains what is the Guru. Gushabdas Tvandakarasya Rushabdastan Nirodakaha Andakara Niroditvat Guru Rityabhidhiyate. This is the definition of the Guru Gita. But there are many ways it is explained. I mean, the Guru, the word Guru is explained. Gu Shabdaha is Andakaraha. By the word Guru, in the word Guru, the Gu stands for darkness. And Ru Shabdaha is Andakara Nirodakaha, which is the remover of Andakara, darkness. Andakara Nirodhitva, because he is the one who removes Andakara, therefore Guru hu iti, therefore is known by the Guru, the word Guru. Rukarashchandakaro hi rukaras teja uchyate ajnana grasakam brahma gururevana samshayaha. Again it is in the Guru Gita. Rukara is Andakara. Rukara is Tejaha, brilliance, light. Darkness is dispelled by light. Darkness compared to Ajnana, and Ajnana Grasaka, devourer of Ajnanam is this Brahma, that is Guru. There is no doubt with regard to that. Another way also we can interpret the word Guru. Yukaro Bhavarogasya, Rukaras Tan Nirodha Kritu, Bhavaroga Haratyacha, Guru Ritya Bhidiyate. Bhavarogaha, this samsara roga is referred to by the word Guru. And Rukaraha is remover of that. Therefore, Guru is one who removes the Bhavaroga, destroyer of the Bhavaroga, Samsara Roga. Andakara Vinashaha, Bhavaroga Haraha. Therefore is called Guru. Ukarascha Gunatitaha Rupatito Rukarakaha. Guru Rupa Dhinatvat Guru Ritya Vidiyate. Another shloka from Guru Gita explains the word Guru. Gukara stands for that which is above all the gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunatitaha. Rupa, Rupatitaha. Gukaraha, above all forms. So Guna is not there, Rupam is not there. Then what is that? Brahma Yeva Nirgunam Brahma Guruhu Ityabhidiyate. Dukara Pratamo Varnaha Mayadi Gunabhasakaha. Dukarosti Param Brahma Maya Bhranti Vimochanam. In the word Guru, Gukara, the first letter, it is Mayadi Gunabhasaka. It is the Bhasakaha. It is the illuminator of Mayadi Guna. And Rukaraha is Param Brahma. And that is this one which removes the Bhranti, which removes the Maya Bhranti, Bhranti caused by Maya, and thereby giving moksha. Rukaraha iti. See, there are shlokas explain the word Guru. Acharya here quotes from the Guru Gita. Guda Vidya Jagannaya Degascha Ajnana Sambhavaha Vijnanam Yat Prasadena Guru Shabdena Katyate. It's a beautiful shloka. This avidya is vidya is Guda Vidya Jagannaya. This avidya is very subtle. It is Guda. And this is Jagat Maya, this Maya. And Degaha, body. All these are born of Ajnanam. But Vijnanam, the knowledge by which all these are removed, that is what is indicated by the word Guru, Guru Shabdena, Katyate iti. Therefore, without Guru, it is not possible to gain the Jnanam. That is the emphasis here. Without Guru, if we do all those things, then it will be Vyastam Eva. Japastapo Vratam Tirtam Yajnodanam Tataivacha. Guru Tattvam Avijnaya Sarvam Vyartham Bhavet Priye. Hey Priye, Lord Shiva in fact gives his Upadesha to Parvati in the Guru Gita. Hey Priye, Hey Priye, Hey Parvati. Japaha, Tapaha, Vratam, Tirtham, Tirthayatra, and Yajna, Yaga, Danam, whatever you do, without understanding the Guru Tattva, all these are Vyartham, useless. So that is the importance of the teacher, Guru. Therefore, Idrisham Gurum, Dayasindham, Samasadhya. Therefore, iti Guru Gitokta Ritya, as Ukta Ritya, as told by the Guru Gita, Swa Upadeshena, Ajnanakya Ardhandakara Ardhandakara Arakam Ityartaha. Swa Upadeshena means by one's Upadesha, that is Guru Upadeshena. Ajnana Akya Ardhandakara is Hridaya Andakara. The darkness of the Hridaya Antakara. It means Ajnanam. Ajnanam Akya. Ajnanam, Ajnanam, Ajnana Akya Ardhandakara Harakam. Ajnanam என்கின்ற இருட்டு Hridayam. Hridayam, which is dark, which is no light. No light means how Hridaya will have light. It means no knowledge. So that is called Ajnana Akya Ardhandakara. Hridayam, which is Andakara. There is no light in the Hridaya, in the Antakarna, in the Buddhi. And that Andakara Harakaha is Guru Upadesh. Guru. That was Swa Upadeshena Andakara Harakam Ityartaha. Harakaha Ityartaha. Remover of Andakaraha. Guru. By Upadesha. Yathandakaraha Prapancham Avritya Tad Jnana Pratibandakaha Bhavati Evam Ajnanam Atmanam Avritya Tat Spashtabhana Pratibandakam Bhavati Iti Andakaratvam Karatvam Ajnanasya Ataheva Tama Ityadi Shabdaihi Abhilapaha Sutau Tamo Hyasi Tamo Gulahamagre Ityadu. So therefore, Yata Andakaraha Prapancham Avritya. Prapancham, the darkness which covers, which Avritya covering, enshrouds the Prapancha, the Jagat. That Ajnana Pratibandakaha, that the Jnana Pratibandakaha Bhavati, that becomes an obstruction for knowledge. When there is darkness, then you cannot have the Jnanam perception of the beings and things when it is dark. So Jnana Pratibandakaha Bhavati Andakaraha. When night comes, it is dark. Therefore, you cannot have perception of objects like what you have in the morning. Similarly, Evam Ajnanam Atmanam Avritya. So too, the Ajnana covers the Atma, but not real covering. It is as though covering, because real covering is not possible. It is notional covering. Atma cannot be covered. Therefore, covering is notional. So, Ajnanam covering the Atma, that knowledge, that Aham Brahma Asmi, that Aham Purnaha, Aham Avyayaha, Aham Muktaha, that is covered by Ajnanam. That's what Ajnanam is notional. That is why it can be removed by knowledge. If it is real, then you have to really do something, some work you have to do to remove it. That is why we say action do not play a direct role. Actions, karma. What plays a direct role is only Jnanam. Therefore, Jnanam, Atma is covered by Ajnanam, Avritya. Tat Spashta Bhana Pratibandakam Bhavati. Bhana means shine. The shine of, the clear shining of the Atma, Pratma Pratibandakam Bhavati, this Ajnanam. Therefore, Andhakaratvam Ajnana. That's why Ajnanam is compared to Andhakara. Why Ajnanam is compared to Andhakara? As you can't clearly see objects in darkness, similarly, because of Ajnanam, when Ajnanam covers the Atma, then Atma Jnanam na bhavati, spashta, param na bhavati. Therefore, you can't really do and have understanding of yourself. You have misunderstanding, wrong understanding. So that is why Ajnanam is compared to Andhakara. As in Andhakara, in darkness, as you don't see things clearly, similarly in Ajnanam, one cannot have clear understanding of this, of Jagat, of oneself, of everything. That is why Ajnanam is compared to Andhakara. Spashta Bhana Pratibandhakam. It's a Pratibandhaka. Ajnanam is a Pratibandhaka, obstacle for clear perception. So therefore, Ajnanam is compared to Andhakara. Attagayava, therefore only, Tama Ityadi Shabdaihi Abhilapaha. Therefore only in the Shastra, the word Tama is used. Related in equivalently with the Ajnana. Tamaha is darkness. Tamoguna is there. That tamoguna stands for inertia, dullness, slothfulness, tamaha, sleep, darkness, tamaha. The word tamaha, ityadi shabdaihi, it is used. Shutau tam hasit tama gurhamagre. So there is a Shruti from the Rigveda is quoting. Tamaha hi asit, tamas alone was there, agre, before. So it was tamasa, it was gulha magrevis, it was covered by darkness, tamas. Then etad, so Acharya quotes why darkness is used, the word is used to refer to Ajnanam. With the Shruti support it says. Then etad Visheshana Dvayam yatra sambhavati tam aha. Then the two Visheshana Dvayam, two Visheshanam, adjectives or qualities, Dvayam yatra sambhavati tatra aha, tam aha. Where the two Visheshanam, two qualities, attributes are there. That aha, that he says, Brahma Viduttamam iti. Brahma Viduttamam. Who has these two qualities? That is Brahma Vitu and Daya Sindhu Visa. Daya Sindhu Gurum Brahma Vituttamam. So Daya Sindhu and Brahma Vitu itri Visheshana Dvayam yatra sambhavati. Tamaha yatra Guru. That he says. Brahma Vidanti iti Brahma Vidaha. The one who knows Brahma is Brahmavit. Brahmaveti iti Brahmavit. Brahma Vidanti iti Brahma Vidaha Bhagavachanam. Brahmavit, Brahmavidau, Brahmavidaha. Brahmavid Vidau Vidaha. Brahmavit, Brahmaveti iti Brahmavit. Brahmavitau, Brahmavidaha. Brahmavid. Brahmavid is the Vid Dhatu, Vid Jnane. Or Labdha. With the Jnana, the one who knows Brahma. Vidanti. Vidanti is Bhagavachanam of which Shabda. Vidala Jnane, second conjugation. Yaha Brahmaveti, Saha Brahmavit, Brahmavidaha Bhagavachanam. Tesham Uttamam, the best among them. Chitam Prajnam, the one who has his prajna stita steady in this knowledge of Brahma. Prajnam. It is the Prajnaha. Ityartaha. The Prajna which is mentioned in the second chapter of the Gita, elaborated by Bhagavan. Who is the Siddha Prajna? The one whose knowledge is steady in Brahma. That person is Siddha Prajnaha. Dukeshu Anudvignamanaha, Sukeshu Vigataspragaha, Vitaraha Bhayaskrodaha, that is Muniruchate. In so many shlokas, Bhagavan defines who is a Siddha Prajna. Sita Prajna Yasya Saha Siddha Prajnaha. Brahmaveti iti Brahmavit. So this Uttamam Brahmavit Prajnaha tam tam samasadhya approaching. Ataha Shutaya Purva Udagrataha. Sorry, Atra Shutaya Purvam Udagrataha. Therefore, here Acharya gives the Shruti Vakyas. Udagrataha Prasansiti Shruti Vakya. Tat Samadhanam cha. And also the Samadhanam. Tat Samadhanam cha Acharya gives. Prasansi Shruti and Samadhanam also. And what is told by the Shloka and it, Acharya, that it confirms with the Shruti Vakya. So, Tamaradya Gurum Bhaktya Rakhvaha Prashraya Sevanaihi. The Shloka going to come, 36th. Iti Pakshyamana Ritya. It's going to be told, that Shloka. Approaching the Guru, Gurum, Tam Gurum, Aradhya, worshipping, Bhaktya with devotion, Prakhvi Bhavaha, Pragvaha with Vinayena, with humility, and Prashraya Sevanaihi by Seva, by doing Seva, Tad with the Pripatena, Pariprashnena Sevaya, that Seva. So the Shishya must approach the teacher. That is going to be told, Vakshamana Ritya. And Tad with the Pranipatena, Pariprashnena Sevaya, it is Gita, Shloka, 4th chapter. Fourth chapter, Prasnacharya quotes, Iti Gitokta Ritya cha tasya Swatma Abhimuki Karanam. Swatma Abhimuki Karanam, he has to present himself. He can show himself, present himself to the teacher this way. This Swatma Abhimuki Karanam. Iti Atma Abhimuki Karanam. Abhimuki Karanam is facing the teacher. How to approach the teacher. Approach Samasadhanam Ityartaha. Therefore, Swatnabi Mukikaranam iti ato vimukte iti ashtama shlokasya iyadbigi shlokehi vivrtihi krita. Ato vimukte prayateta vidwan, the shloka which we saw, 8th shloka, already which is said, 8th shloka, ato vimukte prayateta vidwan. So, iti ashtama shlokasya iyadbigi shlokehi, by this shloka, all this vivrtihi krita. Vivrti is Vivaranam Kritam. Elaboration, and it is done. How the person must approach the teacher, how that is who is the teacher, the qualities of the teacher, how the student must approach. It's going to be told, and also he says it's Ato Vimuktya iti Ashtama Shloka. If you remember the Shloka, Ato Vimukti Prayateta Vidwan. Vidwan is Acharya. Ato Vimukti Vidwan. Vidwan referring to the is a knowledgeable person. Not a Vidwan is the person. Vidwan is not a jnani. Therefore, referring to the student who is a Vidwan. Vidwan means he has got a knowledge of the Vedanga, Vyakaranam, all this scholarship he has got, but he doesn't have knowledge, Brahma Jnana. Therefore, the person Vidwan, informed person, that person, Ataha, therefore, what he must do, he must approach the teacher. Katam Sanyasta Bhagyata Sutta Sukaspirgasan Santam Mahantam Samupetya Deshikam Teno Padishtartha Samahitatma. Already this is talked about in the 8th shloka that Acharya refers to here. So Vidwan, that person, the student, who is an informed student, is not an ignorant student, who is ready to receive the knowledge, certain preparedness is required, certain disciplines, because he is going to teach, Acharya going to teach Vedanta. So little bit of Vyakarnam, Tarka, Mimamsa, all the supporting disciplines are also required. It's going to be in Sanskritam, Atma, Jagat, Brahma, the words he is going to use. So one must be familiar. At least one must know what it means. So therefore, Vidwan, scholarship in Shastram, that certain disciplines, including Vyakaranam is important. So therefore, Vidwan, giving up everything, may he approach the Santa, Mahantam, Deshika, the teacher, and Tena Upadishta Samahitatma. Tena is Acharyena Upadishta Arte Samyak Agitaha Atma. Son, Prayateta, may he attempt, may he strive by Upadishtartha Samahitatma, by focusing on the mind on the Upadesha taught by the teacher. Iti Ashtama Shloke Uktaha Asti. By all these shlokas, Vivrtihi Krita Vivaranam Kritam Acharyena. Now, the next thing is, Acharya is going to Adhikari, we say, but who is an Adhikari? For Adhikari Lakshanam is going to be talked about. Not in the next shloka. Next shloka, general qualifications of a student is talked about. Then after that, 17th and 18th shloka onwards, each qualifications is going to be taken and described. What is Viveka? What is Vairagya? What is Samadhi Shakta Sampatti? What is Mumukshutvam? The one who is endowed with all this is an Adhikari. So therefore, that is the topic of the following shloka, 16th shloka onwards. That we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Hare Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavada.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸರ್.
Dhanyavada.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Dhanyavada.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಜ್ಜಿ.